Which numbers are divisible by 3? Remember, for a number to be divisible by 3, the sum of its digits have to add up to a number that is also divisible by 3. So 5 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 4 is 12. We know that 12 is divisible by 3 evenly, so therefore we can say that 534 is divisible by 3. How about 2,961? 2 plus 6 plus 9 plus 1 is equal to 18. 18 divided by 3 is equal to exactly 6. Based on that, we can say that 2,691 is also divisible by 3. Looking at 614, 6 plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 11. 11 is not equally divisible by 3. So 614 is not divisible by 3. Now we're looking at 795. 7 plus 9 plus 5 is equal to 21. 21, of course, can be divided by 3 because it equals 7. So we can say that 795 is also divisible by 3. Which numbers are divisible by 6? Remember, for divisibility by 6, we have to confirm two things. First, we have to confirm that it's divisible by 3, and we also have to confirm that the number is even. Confirming that the number is even is fairly simple because it's very easy to recognize whether the last digit is even or odd. So in the case of 2016, we can say that it meets the first requirement of being even. Then we need to do the check to see if it's divisible by 3. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 6 is equal to 9. 9 is certainly divisible by 3, so we can say that 2016 is divisible by 6. How about 4,125? The first check, is it even? 5 is not an even number, so we can stop at that point and say that 4,125 is not divisible by 6. How about 990? Well, we have a 0 in the first position, so that tells us that the number is even. Now, is it divisible by 3? 9 plus 9 plus 0 is equal to 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6, so it meets the second criteria as well. So based on that, we can say that 990 is divisible by 6. Finally, 10,120. Is the number even? Yes, it is. So we can say that it meets the first test criteria, that it's even. Then 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 is equal to 4. But 4 cannot be divided evenly by 3. So it doesn't meet the second test, and therefore we have to say that 10,120 is not divisible by 6. Which numbers are divisible by 9? We're back to only requiring one test for divisibility by 9. All we need to do to check for divisibility by 9 is look at the sum of each of the digits and see whether that sum is divisible by 9. So 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 7 is equal to 15. And if we ask then, is 15, can it be divided evenly by 9? And the answer is no, that it can't. So we can therefore say that 3,417 is not divisible by 9. Looking at 41,058, 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 5 plus 8 is equal to 18. 18 divided by 9 is 2. So we can then say that 41,058 is divisible by 9. Looking at 890, 8 plus 9 is equal to 17. 17 is not divisible by 9. So we can say that 890 is not divisible by 9. Final number, 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus 7 is equal to 18. And as we've already seen, 18 divided by 9 is 2. So we can say that 7,227 is divisible by 9. Why is a number automatically divisible by 3 if it's divisible by 9? The reason is that 9 is made up of 3 times 3. So if something is a multiple of 9, it can also be a multiple of 3 times 3, which means you can always break down to the smaller value of 3. Why is a number not automatically divisible by 9 if it's divisible by 3? Well, if you looked at a number like 15, you can divide it by 3 and you'll get 5 equal parts. But if you take 15 and divide it by 9, you'll only have 1 9, and then you'll have 2 groups of 3 left over. But in order to be divisible by 9, you need to end up with 3 groups of 3, but clearly to get a total of 15, you don't have that. Which digit can go in both boxes if this number is divisible by 6? Well, if you think about the 2 rules for divisibility by 6, they have to be even, and it has to be divisible by 3. So the first thing we can do then is look at the numbers and say, well, 1 has to go in both places, then clearly 1 is not an even number. So 1 will not work. Same problem for 5. 5's not an even number, so it can't go in that last position. Therefore 5 won't work either. That leaves us with 4 and 6. So let's try putting those 2 numbers in. If we look at 4, 3, 4, 4, is it even? Yep, it's even. And then is it divisible by 3? We have to check whether 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 is divisible by 3 or not. And we see we've got 15, and we know that 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 4344 is divisible by 6. How about 6346? Is it even? Of course, 6 is an even number. And then can it be divided by 3? So 6 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 is equal to 19. And 19 is not evenly divisible by 3. So 6 doesn't work to give us 6346 being divisible by 6. Draw a picture that explains why 418 is not divisible by 3. If each of these boxes represents 10 by 10, so I didn't bother to draw in all of the boxes, that means that there was 100 in each of these. But when we're trying to think about divisibility by 3, 100 isn't evenly divisible by 3. So I'm probably going to back up a little bit, and rather than looking at hundreds, I'm going to stick with my 100 block, but I'm going to exclude just the very last block. So I'm not going to count the 100th block that's in there. And that leaves me then with 99 in each of those blocks, because we know that 99 divided by 3 is 33. So that is divisible by 3. So now I've got 400 minus 1, 2, 3, 4. 400 minus 4 is 396. Now I want to get to 418 in total. So 418 minus 396 is equal to 22. So that means over here I'm going to have a group of 10 and a group of 10 and a group of 2. But again, I don't want to end up with 10s because 10s aren't divisible by 3. So I'll shorten them and say now that they're just 9 each. So I've taken 1 off each of those, so I've got 18, 20. That means I need a couple more here. So now I've got my 22, and I've now got a visual representation that shows 418. I showed that these 4 blocks were divisible by 3, and I know that if I've got 9, that's divisible by 3, and another 9 is divisible by 3, and I'm left over with 4. 4 is not divisible by 3, so I can say that 418 is not divisible by 3. And if I do the check, 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 8 is equal to 13. 13 is not evenly divisible by 3, so we've confirmed with our visual what we find when we do our test for divisibility by 3. This is another visual representation of what I just drew out. So they started off drawing the full 418 and then circling the ones they wanted to pull out so that they ended up with 99 here in each of these blocks, and then 9 left over here. And then if we take whatever's left in blue, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blues left over. So the 13 isn't divisible by 3 evenly.